Ayo, it's the good. It's your boy Super Kev. Welcome to another episode of the Super Kev Livecast Season 4. We on YouTube, baby. For those of you new to the page, welcome to the hottest to-do list show on the internet. If it's not, your job is to let me know who got it so I can like, comment, share, and subscribe to their page the same way I ask you to like, comment, share, and subscribe to yours truly. All right. So, y'all know if y'all see me in the whip or a couple days late, that means that I've been busy. So before we get into it, I want to take this time. If you got your glass, feel free to sip. If you got your water, we sipping on water too, kind of tangentially. But I just wanted to share y'all that in the middle of April 2022, my tutoring business has generated more money in 3 months than I had all year last year. So we gonna sip to that. Feel free to drop the congratulations or the claps in the comments, which means this is the second year in a row that I have increased my financial output in that business. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm not rich. I'm still, struggling to pay my bills. But for anybody out there who's been working on their business for years, if you can improve from one year to the next and then improve the following year, yeah, we gonna sip some little cheap drink to that. So let's take a sip real quick. hmm Now, before we begin, this is not financial advice. It's entertainment purposes only. I'm just putting y'all onto plays that I am in for my family. All right. So, because I'm late and I owe y'all some episodes, let's jump right into it and let's have some fun. All right. Nobody's watching, so I don't got no excuse. We in and we out. And every time I say that, I be nonsense. So I know my bae from the UK right now is listening, like, you ain't going nowhere. Let's see how fast I can get through this one. But there are 7 days in a week, 7 forms of income. So today represents Friday, which is the fifth week if you start from Monday. So let's talk about income number 5, which is rental income. More specifically, this week has been focused around the 7 forms of income for daycare age babies. That means I'm definitely talking to the parents. Now, let me make this clear. Unfortunately, we don't always get to have relationships with our children the way we want. And I know because it hurts me every day. I am trying to hold back the tears on my show. I don't think I cried on my show yet, so let's see how long I can keep that record up. It's a live show, so you might catch me drop them, you know what I'm saying? Gravity be taking over sometimes. But we don't always get to see our children the way we want. For me, it's just one, but same thing. But that cannot ever stop us from laying a foundation in which they can benefit from later. So every day I cannot see my son, it does hurt. Um, and we can have a therapy session on that, a safe space to let it out. But what I do is make sure that some of the mistakes that were made towards me are not made towards him. And one mistake was financial. Money was the reason why I couldn't enjoy some of the things in life that I felt I deserved at whichever age you name it. So I'm doing my best to prevent that from happening. Now, let me tell y'all straight up, let me be transparent. I have not quite been sending money in the last several months. I'm waiting for the government to send me what they owe me. Government owes me like about $20,000. So when they send me that, I'm shipping over a fraction of that to make sure that they're straight. However, what I have been doing as I wait for that is take whatever side money I've been getting, including the fact that I told you that my tutoring business has been doing better. That doesn't mean I'm rich yet. I mean, well, I'm rich. I've been rich because I got a family that loves me. My mom loves me. I got friends that love me and look out for me. So I'm rich in that regard. But when it comes to financially independent, I'm working on that. And I'm not quite there yet. However, the small money I do touch, I try to make better decisions with them. And even though I don't see my son, All the things that we have been talking about this week, I have done for him. All right. Except what we're going to talk about today, kind of, sort of. It's kind of weird. By the end of the episode, you'll understand. But basically, if we talk about it on this show and I say I got it, that means my son already got it. So let's sip to that and then let's get into the episode. Okay. So, another disclaimer. This vehicle is not on. We are not operating it. So we're going to sip again, just so y'all know. But y'all know I don't in my crib. We respect Super Mommy, so there you have it. Anyways, now that we got all the disclaimers out the way, let's get into what we got to get into, and let's make it quick because my babe from the UK is laughing at all of y'all for believing that I was going to be quick. Anyways, let's get into it. We having too much fun. All right, shout out True Bone, by the way. So, income 5 is rental income. So, if you are a daycare age child, there's not much you can do to buy a home unless you was born into a lot of money. I'm sorry, you're a little kid, there ain't much you can do. If you happen to be a little kid watching this with your parents or whatever, I'm talking to your parents. So now I want all the kids watching this episode to look at their parents and see if what I'm saying is true. Is this true? Mama, dada, grandy, grandpa, grandma, you know, unc, tati, auntie, whatever. Shoot. Messing around. Foster parents, legal guardians, older bros. I don't care. I'm talking to everybody. Okay. Your mentor, your older mans, whatever y'all call them. All right, let's get into it. The first thing when it comes to rental income is I am going to talk to the parents who already own a home. So that's not all of us. And I say us because I don't own a home yet. So I share that with y'all so y'all know, like, I'm not a hypocrite. I just don't own it yet. I will own it. All right. But if you do own a home, the first thing you need to do is protect that home. Don't lose that home. If you are struggling to pay them bills, if you're living check to check, day to day, I went from living day to day to living check by check ish, allegedly. All right. I'll specify if y'all want me to specify. Until then, take it how you want to take it. So I get it. But if you already own a property, you done skip some steps, probably don't own any stocks, probably struggle to have money in your savings account. Maybe you have a second job, maybe you don't, and you're definitely struggling from your first job to maintain that house. Do everything you got to do to protect that home, to pass down to your daycare age baby. That's it. If you're already a homeowner and the only thing you can do is ensure that your baby takes over that home, let that be your goal. We're going to sip again to that. I'm sipping a lot. We having fun. hmm Do not let anything happen to that home, and make sure you pass it down to your kids. I don't care if the profit is right, your kids are worth more. Now, let me give you a couple reasons why you keep the house. One, when we get into income 6, sneak preview to tomorrow's episode that will be recorded today that you will see whenever you binge watch. A home is the number one, income number 6. That's a sneak preview. Today's income 5, but when we get to income 6, a home is number 1. So you definitely, if you already have one, definitely want to keep it. Now, the price you paid for that house plus the price you maintain that house for is all worth it, especially if your baby is growing up in that house. Because let me give you a secret. Your baby is growing up in that house, creating memories, understanding what family is. Not just the family that comes for holidays. I was going to say Thanksgiving. That's how you know I'm a fat ass. But not just the ones that come for holidays, but they also developing camaraderie in their neighborhood. And I used to have neighbors back when we used to have a home. I had neighbors. And the beginning of my life going what the average person would call crazy is the moment that The house was taken from me. So, and of course, I was a little kid. There was not much I could do. I was in the third grade, but that's the beginning of my trauma. And all I want is for any homeowners out there, especially in the black community, to maintain their home. Keep your home. I don't care about the price. Do it for your babies. If you have a newborn in that home, just keep the home. Do whatever you have to do just to keep it. Even if you never do well with the other 7 forms of income, if you can maintain that home for your baby, I believe of all the episodes that I've ever spoken, this is probably one of the few times where I'm like, it's okay to be limited. Just limit your greatness to maintaining that home. If you do that, you've done everything you could in the black community. And if every black person owned one piece of the earth, we'll be one step closer to where we need to be. So if you are one of the fortunate people to own a home, please do not lose it. Don't give it away unless it's to someone in your bloodline or whatever or family. I said bloodline, but that's not fair because family blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. So keep it in the family. So the first thing is if you own property, you're not allowed to lose it, and you got to give it, pass it down to one of the future generations. Hold on, Uncle Chop is in the building, so we're gonna take a sip to my homie. Hey, yo, I love you. All right. So I've spent a lot of time, well, not a lot, but I'm rushing in my head. I spent a lot of time talking about the people who own a home. What about the people who don't? Okay, so that's where I come in. So I don't own a home. I live with Super Mommy, and she had 2 kids. She does own a piece of the earth, and when she passes, it better be many years from now, though. But when she passed, it's going to either my brother or myself, or we're splitting it. He already owned a crib, so I'm gonna just put this out to my show right now. I don't own a crib, so that better be my crib. But me and him could fight over it. We haven't fought in years. I don't know who would win right now, but he's still strong as hell. But anyways, if my mom is watching, I hope she don't hear that part. Uncle Chop say, love you too, bro. Let's go. Sometimes I need to hear that. Okay. So however it breaks down, my mom owns a piece of the earth, and therefore one of her 2 kids will be able to continue to have it. I just argue for myself because my brother already owns a house. So if 2 of us could own it, shout out to my mom. But y'all know I'm still working on buying my own property. So whether she passes it down to me or not, I gotta do what I gotta do. But the reason why I mention the people who don't is because I don't own my own. If she passed that down to me, that's like a gift. But I still feel like I'm responsible for getting my own. So now let's talk about the people who don't have it but want to get it. Now I'm talking to myself. First thing I believe is have good credit. One thing I've had since I was about 18, maybe 19, is good credit. Don't play with me. I've been unemployed for a minute. I've been living off of credit. Don't play with me. Your boy credit long. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So if you are the parent of a newborn or daycare, no, did I say, no, this is daycare because newborns is later. Okay. Daycare. If you're parent of a daycare age baby and you have credit, your homework is to make them authorized users on your card as soon as that card says they are eligible. Different cards have different ages. Don't play with me. Different cards have different ages. My son is 3 years old. He already an authorized user on a credit card. He already. He's mad little. All he want to do is be like his brothers and sisters and, and watch Coco Melon and watch, what's the other one called? PJ Mask. Hold on, there's some more. He better like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers like his daddy. All right, whatever. He could let you know what he likes. The point is, he don't even think about credit yet. I have already made him an authorized user on my card, and I have yet to miss a payment. So let's sip to the fact that a young black man, 3 years old, young black boy, 3 years old, a young black baby, 3 years old, already got good credit. And let's also sip to the fact that my babe from the UK is laughing at me because I said I was going to be quick, and now I'm having fun talking to myself. Y'all are something else. Let me move quick. Okay. So we got, if you already own a crib, keep it. If you don't own a crib, get some credit and put your baby on there. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. You're a dad, you're a mom. You got baby mama, you got baby daddy drama. You better get that social security number somehow, some way. Look, I ain't gonna sit here and act like me and my son's mother don't disagree at times. But one thing I can say about her, and that I want everybody to understand that you can learn from her, is even though me and her might disagree when it comes to him, for the most part, she lets me do what I gotta do to be a great co-parent. Let's put it like that. I think that's a safe way of saying it. So while she may be better at nurturing, I'm better in finance. Put them together, he gets both. Now, that's not because it's a male or female, girl or boy, man or woman thing. That is a co-parenting thing. You're better in finance, you're better at nurturing. Put them together. Our baby deserves both. And I don't own any I said finance. I was stupid. I don't own any real estate. So that is the point of this episode. So what have I done? I got good credit. I made sure he got good credit. I don't own any real estate. So I made sure that his account, his cash account is funded. Go watch previous episodes to see what we've done for newborns as far as cash is concerned. So now my son has cash, he has good credit. Maybe he has grandma's home. All right, so super grandma, super grams. I don't know what we gonna call her, but she'll be all right. If she ever watch this episode, we talking about her, but I'm gonna pull up on her. She'll be all right. So just those three things in the black community says that I'm doing more than what I inherited. And if we as black people continue to exponentially grow our inheritance, we'll be very far. Now, let me explain what that means. My mom came to this country from Haiti with essentially nothing. I say essentially because word on the street is she studied English out there, and then word on the street is she knew what she wanted over here. So I'm gonna say essentially. All right. But as far as, you want to get, what's the word? Technical. She didn't have a college diploma over here. She didn't own any property over here. She didn't own any stocks over here. She didn't own any businesses over here. So for her to have two babies that graduated college, one of them graduated grad school, shout out my older bro. One of them is married and owns property, shout out my older bro. The other one is right before you, so hopefully y'all shout me out. hmm She did her thing. Both of her kids with college diplomas and working and making more than she made when she worked, plus both of her kids having side hustles, plus both of her kids being caring dads. Well, she cared as a mom. So don't take it the wrong way when I make this point. So for her to have two kids that are doing more than her. And again, don't come at me when I say more than her, because she loved both of us. And there's a reason why we was both big, strong, fat, and intimidating. So shout out Super Mommy. We did more with what we inherited. Now, when I look at my nephews, aka my brother's babies, and I look at my son, aka baby Super, they got a bigger responsibility because they didn't show up starting from where my brother and myself started from. They're starting from somewhat ahead, and that's good. I'm making the point. Now, my brother and myself have to take what my mom did, which my mother went to work every day, made sure we was well fed, and she owns a piece of the earth. Yo, my mom did some extraordinary things. We gonna sip to the super mommy. Well, guess what? When it comes to her grandkids, they better be fed. Now, she need to hurry up and come cook for them if everybody know what I'm talking about. Because me and my brother, we don't cook yet. I say yet because shout out One to Be, she know what she said to me. Okay, as far as education, like I said, both of her kids graduated college when she came from another country. So in that sense, she's ultra successful. I'm gonna tell you straight up, success isn't quite college for me. Although if that's an option for my son, I'm gonna help you get there. But college is a means to getting to that financial end from her perspective. I'm pretty sure my brother and myself have different perspectives on that. If college helps you get where you got to go, we're going to help you. We're going to study with you every night. If starting your own business is where it's at, we're going to help you start your own business every night. So we're going to take that part to the next level. All while focusing on taking the money they're making and making sure they own a piece of the earth. Each one of her grandkids needs to own their own property. And the piece of the earth that she owns is just foundation. Because from there, my brother was able to buy his own property. From there, I'm next. From there, all her grandbabies. Well, understand, if grandma could do it, y'all can too. And she didn't even speak English. She didn't even graduate college. And now all of her grandbabies, my nephews and my son, sorry they were all boys, by the way, but we be chilling. Another episode for another day if you want it. They all got to buy additional properties, but those would be the foundations. Because as long as they keep them, when she dies, that's going to be the worst day of my life. When I die, that'll be the end of my life. When my brother died, that'll be the most devastating day of my life. Unfortunately, those days is coming. And when they come, it's going to be up to our babies and their babies to keep this real estate within the family, to ensure that generational wealth stays keeping them afloat. Straight up. All right. So I got nephews, and my son is both daycare aged. This episode meant a lot to me. That's why you knew I was going to stay here for a while. My babe from the UK, smile and laugh if you want. But I had to say what I had to say. Now, if you don't own any property, make sure you're focused on acquiring one. If you already own it, do whatever you can to keep it. And this is around the world. I said own a piece of the earth. Shout out Mayweather for teaching me that. So now, if you don't own any property, your job is to acquire that first one just for your baby. If the only thing you could do is buy your baby a home, that life is lit. Now, let me explain to you why that's lit. Y'all probably over there like, yo, I want my baby to graduate college. You might even have a 509 plan. I graduated college. And I understand to this day how that made my mom feel most. I feel like the two biggest days for my mom were the day I got accepted into college, three of them. The day I got accepted into college, the day I got a scholarship, and the day I graduated. I feel like those were like the 3 days that you couldn't tell my mother nothing. As a matter of fact, every time I told her something, nothing ruined her spirit those days. If y'all drop a comment and let me know, I'll tell you the most egregious thing I told her at my graduation, but I won't give that away. That'll be a separate live if y'all want. And talk to me in the comments if you want me to give you the answer. But those 3 days, you couldn't tell her nothing. Fourth one, high school graduation, but she knew I was going to graduate high school, though. Like, so maybe 3.5, but whatever. The point is, those are really proud moments, especially for Haitian parents. So I stand, no, I'm lying. I sit before you. I'm sitting in the car. I sit before you as a second generation Haitian college graduate. I done made my family proud. Now it's about taking that proudness to the next level. And my next level is bringing everybody who wants it to come with me. Remember, I don't teach so that everybody can become successful. I teach so everybody has an opportunity to become successful. And on that note, let's wrap this up because I've been yapping too much and I owe y'all another episode. You know what? We're going to make the next episode real quick. I almost promise because y'all got me yapping today. Recap if I can remember. If you own land or a property, don't lose it. Keep it for your babies. If you don't, do your best to acquire one just for them. If you have one and you feel like you're only working for it, but you have kids, then you're doing it for the right reasons as long as you keep it in the family. If you don't own property, your job is to get your first one. How can you do that? Start with your credit score. If you have kids and your credit card but no property, put them on your credit, and that could give them the head start booster that they need to get property by the time they ready. And last but not least, I don't even know if I said this, so let's talk about it now, even though I'm rushing myself, but y'all know I talk a lot. Last but not least, if you don't own any property, don't have any kids, don't do nothing, feel free to invest in real estate stocks. I post once a month. It's going to start to be the first Friday of the month where I post my real estate stock investments on Cash App. It'll be my quote unquote rent plus whatever money I did not spend on food. So my previous month's food budget, excuse me, my previous month's food budget plus whatever I owe myself will be there every Friday. I'm going to post that on the first Friday of the month. If it's not the first Friday, y'all know I'll be late. I ain't even gonna lie. I do all of this by myself, so if it's late, it's a couple days late. But essentially, it's gonna say SUPERKev stock of the month. You can use the hashtag to find out what I'm investing in every month. The time you're ready to start, you can just follow what I'm doing until I die. 35. So if I live to be 36, you only got a year. If I live to be 70, we got half a lifetime, essentially. So again, if you're in the black community, we have no excuse. I'm posting information. The question is, are you buying it? So whether you own property or need to acquire it, I think I've covered it. If I didn't, let me know in the comments so that I could show back up and then correct myself. But in the meantime, I got to prepare for this next episode. And on that note, it's your boy SUPERKev. As long as I'm alive, there will be a live. And a cloud must have just covered the sun because I could see y'all for the first time. Maybe that's why I was taking so long. Anyways, I got to go. You already know what it is. Remember, support is free. Press like, comment, share, and subscribe. But if you want to take your support to the next level, I'm going to drop the donation link, Cash App, and PayPal in the comment section below. I'm going to pin it on YouTube. I appreciate all the love, all the support. And since there's only been 3 donors, let me remind who they are. My bae from the UK, my homie, my white boy, but he's my homie, but he ain't in Massachusetts right now. But shout out to him. He just actually had, if I'm not mistaken, it was his 6th-year wedding anniversary. So congratulations to you. And then shout out Alaska. We gonna sip to that because I ain't smoking right now. So we gonna sip to that. Shout out Alaska. And we looking forward to the next donor, and the next donor is just gonna help us get closer to building our own school. Y'all know I got fired as a math teacher, and I got people left and right talking about you should be back in the classroom. Shout out to all the love I've been receiving, but until I see a reason to go back into the classroom, I'm focused on building my own school, and y'all's donation is gonna help me get there faster. And you already know what it is. Oh, another cloud must have came because I see y'all again. I love y'all. Peace mode.